Several people came out this morning wondering where their cars were, to later find out it was buried under a big old tree. And with America's Cup organizing committee falling short to raise the funds for the city's cost of hosting the race, it looks like San Francisco is footing a $22 million bill. After a much publicized move, the Exploratorium is struggling to stay afloat, and some workers are just going to have to say goodbye. Visitors of these tent cabins are given warning about the hantavirus and also a flyer on how to prevent it. But they're actually fomented in nurseries prior to being organically grown. Within recent weeks, Bartamuni ran into several problems during rush hour, with unwanted visitors walking through the tunnels causing major delays. People rarely get caught for evading the nanny tax, but with nanny sites on the rise, the IRS wants to make sure everyone is doing their part. Yosemite officials were puzzled when the deadly outbreak of the hantavirus infected 9 visitors and left 3 dead. After an investigation, officials found the source, the deer mouse. This seemingly non-threatening rodent carrying the deadly disease to humans forced park officials to shut then tear down the famous Boys Town cabins located in Curry Village.
Just under 14% of the mice that have been captured and tested in Yosemite have shown signs of hantavirus.
The most common route of transmission for hantavirus appears to be inhalation or direct inhalation of contaminated dust from contaminated urine and secretions, other secretions of the rodent.
It's been 7 months since the outbreak. With new measures in place, rangers are reducing the deer mouse population.
We just spray them with bleach and we put out mouse traps.
They're also rebuilding the tent cabins and educating visitors. Upon entering the gates of Yosemite, visitors of these tent cabins are given warning about the hantavirus and also a flyer on how to prevent it. And if you come across the deer mouse,
So we have all the visitors just contact the housekeeping staff wherever they happen to be residing, and the housekeeping staff will take care of it.
the park plans to have Boys Town up and running before the summer tourist season. Many of the deer mice have been captured and relocated. Yosemite officials are hoping visitors can now breathe easy. Reporting from Yosemite, I'm Nicole Landon.
There's just no way for any business that is paying employees minimum wage to have a 1/3 increase in their payroll. They're not going to be able to increase their sales or raise their prices that high, so people are going to lose their jobs.
Imagine receiving a $2 increase from $8 an hour. That's an extra $80 a week, $320 a month, and $3,840 a year. A sociology class at San Jose State proposed the idea 2 years ago, and voters in San Jose passed Measure D. Jeffrey Leong works at On a Roll for $8 an hour. He believes the extra $2 will make life in San Jose a lot easier.
Be able to go out and do more stuff and worry less on payment.
The wage hike is ideal for many minimum wage workers, but not so much for small businesses.
Employees get $10 an hour, I have to raise my prices. Once I raise my prices, it's just a trickle-down effect where everybody's going to feel it.
San Jose Silicon Valley Chamber of Commerce Matt Mahood said,
"This was a feel-good issue for the voters, and they voted with their hearts, not necessarily their minds. It is bad for business in the city of San Jose, and I just don't think the average voter understands the issue."
The unemployment rate in San Jose is at 8.3% and is expected to rise. With the passage of Measure D, employers and city officials are expecting a drastic change. Only time will tell if Measure D was the right choice. Reporting in San Jose, I'm Nicole Landon with State of Events. Thousands of people commute into San Francisco every day. Avoiding the drive time commute, many people rely on BART and Muni. But when public transportations are delayed, hundreds are affected. Within recent weeks, BART and Muni ran into several problems during rush hour, with unwanted visitors walking through the tunnels causing major delays. BART delayed evening service for 1.5 hours when a man was spotted halfway down the Trans-Bay tube. A couple of weeks later, Muni suspended services for 3 hours shortly after 7:30 a.m. when a man was struck by a Muni train while in the tunnel.
Anybody could walk through the tunnel and you don't know what they could do, and they might put something in there. You never know, something might happen.
Muni spokesperson Paul Rose said they're taking extreme measures to ensure the safety of Muni riders.
Some of the things we're looking at is to increasing police patrols, to do a sweep before we start service, to make sure that people aren't in the tunnel. But we're also moving forward with a camera software upgrade that will detect any abnormalities throughout the system.
BART spokesperson Lisa Trost said that they too are trying to keep BART riders safe, but are also encouraging riders to report suspicious activity.
If you ever see someone when you're in the tunnel outside through your window, absolutely call BART police. We're counting on our passengers to step up and help us keep everything safe.
Safety of their riders are on the top of both BART and Muni's priorities. Reporting in San Francisco, I'm Nicole Landon for State of Events. I'm Nicole Landon. We begin our 8 o'clock hour with developing news. A stolen taxi cab led to an officer-involved shooting in San Francisco. New this morning, Pope Francis continues a very hectic schedule since being elected the Pope. Earlier this morning, he wrapped up a final audience with the cardinals who elected him. He urged them to remain faithful to the gospel and never lose sight of their mission to help others. Pope Francis is expected to meet with journalists tomorrow and then bless followers at the St. Peter's Square on Sunday.